This episode of the Red Bull Rant is brought to you by the fine patrons that support us through patreon.com/Red Bull Rant. You can support us for the low price of $1 a month, and you can get exclusive content, including a monthly wrap-up for the New York Red Bulls. We want to send a special shout-out to our patrons who support us at $5 a month. That is our producer-level reward. Thank you to Jeremiah Dempster and William Martin. Now, on to the show. This is the Red Bull Rant podcast. If you aren't expecting adult language, why even bother listening? Welcome, my friends, to the show never ends. This is the Red Bull Rant podcast. I'm your host, Jason Ipico.
I'm Pat McDonald.
I'm Truman, and this is episode 304. The safety word didn't help.
Do the Red Bulls even have a safety word?
It's whiskey.
Whiskey. Okay. So before we start, have to make a little bit of an announcement. That's right. We got some more money. Not only new patron, this guy comes in as a producer, $5 a month. So thank you very much, Christopher Adamek. Thank you so much for supporting us through patreon.com.
I hope Jay said that wrong, but I doubt it because that's too easy of a name.
And actually, he joined just in time because we're actually, after we do this episode, we are recording our technically February/March wrap-up show.
There you go.
So he's getting in just in time for a Patreon special. So, hey, if you want in, there's still time because I'm probably not going to post that episode till Wednesday.
Exactly. Give us that money.
Wednesday night, Thursday, maybe. We'll see when it gets up there. All right. Anyway, on to the quote good stuff. Red Bulls hosted Minnesota United in a game that nobody thought that they could actually lose, but guess what? They did. 2-1 loss. I think we had like 8 people on the prediction thing put in for it, and nobody said loss. It was like 25% said draw, and everybody else said win. And none of us had said loss.
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
Guess what's changing?
Yeah. So before we get to an email, do you want to read off the whatever tweets we have?
The 2 tweets?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So Chico at Chico FFS said, well, at least the Nets and Devils won. Nets made the playoffs.
They did.
And then Steven Santos at Creepy Taxi said, yeah, Rangers won. Chiefs going to kill us for Hughes because of no tanking for that guy. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to get to that later in the show.
And then we had a tweet which thought was very telling, which I guess I'm going to guess it was Pat that put it up. Saying, yikes, our post-game tweet isn't getting usual rage. Has the fan base moved on the full apathy? And I'm pretty sure we got at least 2, if not more, people that said yes.
I sure did.
Oh, wait, no. Casey Jones at Grateful Shred, because this is an actual reply, said, it's been hard to get hyped on the season, not in full panic yet, only because of how early it is. But I believe the pitchforks will be out and sharpened soon. Interesting look with the new formation. CCJ looks promising. Did retiring the 99 seal be his fate? I miss Tyler.
Is he retired? We just don't know it yet?
Yeah, he actually retired.
This is the MLS equivalent of a retirement match when I on his back.
I will say, Casey, that I think while the pitchforks are not out, I think they are in the process of being sharpened.
They're on the factory line right now.
Mm-hmm.
If not on the shelves.
Yeah. One more game, I think they're going to be getting quality assurance. Just make sure, this is sharp enough.
Especially this week.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So our email comes from at Adam from Earth. He writes, if Armas doesn't return to the high press, should he be removed as head coach? Should we return to the high press? The system has been implemented all the way down to the academy.
I fear completely replacing it with a more possessive approach could affect how well Red Bull 2 and the academy players assimilate to the first team. To be honest, I was happy to see Armis's approach to the Minnesota United game, sticking to his guns, but he realized that he needed to switch up the starting 11 formation. Seeing the result, however, it's fair to ask the question, how long are we willing to go down this path before irreparable damage is done to the entire organization? Keep up the great work.
Well, I'll say this. I think he's right when it says it's definitely going to affect players coming up when you learn a system and then you come up and the head coach is changing it on the main team. Mm-hmm. But maybe there's another issue of completely 100% relying on one system in an entire academy to Red Bull 2 to Red Bull 1, because when you do try something different, it's going to create issues like this.
Or more importantly, playing a system with players who don't fit the system.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I mean, I agree. I think Armis absolutely should return to the high press. I just don't think they have the players for the possession-oriented system that he wants to play. The high press, I think, certainly masked the deficiencies that this team has. I also do think there's something to do with the fact that Bradley Ray Phillips is 34 years old. That has nothing to do with any system, but that's another issue. It's I don't know about irreparable damage to the season. I think maybe we're steadily getting closer to that, but I mean, in terms of the entire organization, I don't know about that.
That's a little harsh right now.
Yeah, definitely too early for that. But I mean, to Truman's point about them not being. I mean, I think a top-down system is a smart play. Just look at the U.S. national team. I mean, look at how seamlessly a lot of these young guys are now crossing into the senior team. When ever since, oddly enough, since Jurgen Klinsmann was in charge, they started instituting a top-down. System formation across the entire board. So, but they need to return to it. I don't know if they will. Jesse Marsh was good at making the adjustments when he needed to. Let's remember that time he had to switch the 5-man back line to save the season. It remains to be seen whether Armis can do that.
So, speaking of Armis, I'm just going to use that to go into my dislikes.
Pat, there's no more ice cream left in that thing, man. Stop. There's nothing left. What are you scraping?
Pat's eating ice cream, in case you couldn't tell.
It's delicious.
And there's always the gooey, or not the melted stuff at the bottom. You always got to grab that.
Damn right.
So anyway, Armis. If you were not in the stadium, you were probably watching on MSG.
Nobody was in the stadium. Don't worry. Everybody was not in the stadium.
Although it was a season high attendance.
Yeah.
Anyway, so his response at halftime was this.
Overall, we're okay.
No, you fucking weren't. And then that's why you hesitated. And your response should have been this.
It's fucking embarrassing!
Jay found a new soundbite.
I told you, I'm going to run this into the ground. Because one, Armis doesn't understand what he's doing and getting these players motivated to play Minnesota fucking United, who was on a 5-game road trip and hadn't played at home yet, or just is just totally gonna blow shit up everybody's or blow smoke up everybody's ass because he doesn't know how to criticize the team 2 weeks ago and now not criticize the team during halftime. Like if you're gonna go out with it 2 weeks ago and criticize at halftime, which was the right move then, by the way, stick to your guns. This team sucked in the first half. Whatever tactics you implemented weren't working. Mm-hmm. The players, for whatever reason, didn't seem up to certain things. Like I felt there was a very lackadaisical effort going on in most of that first half. As much as the ball was on the Minnesota United side, that was more because Minnesota was, fuck it, we're going to sit back and just counter. I didn't see a lot of 100% effort being put into this game. And the response by Armis is telling because everything comes from the coach. Energy comes from the coach. Tactics come from the coach. If the coach is the one that's not recognizing stuff, then of course we're going to play like shit.
Yeah. What did we see during the game was passes that were getting intercepted and players just looking at each other and not hustling back on the play, just like staring arms up. Doesn't seem like a team that's like trying hard. Yeah, if you miss the pass, you go get the ball. Stand there and look at people. That won't be my dislike since Jay, you kind of took apart the coaching, which I think we all wanted to do.
Hold on, let me pile on to that real quick.
Okay.
Second goal scored in the 55th minute or something like that? Somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. Why did he wait 5 minutes to make subs? Why aren't you putting no, it was only 2 more subs, but put the 2 subs on so they fucking message that it's not a good thing to be down to nothing to Minnesota.
I do think it might take a few minutes to get a player warmed up and out there, but
Well, they should have been warmed up before that, but that's a whole other issue.
I think we talked about this last week, and I'm just going to bring it up again, is that there's no action in the final third on top of the box and going into the box. What was every play? Down the side, cross in, over and over again. Again, there's nothing being played through the middle at all. It's just kind of the same thing over and over again. And my God, if we have to see another ball lobbed over, I don't think I could take that anymore. So I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if it's Jesse's coaching with Kaku, if it's Kaku, like some of us believe that he's just not fully into the game, which I'll be honest. I don't think that is what you do as a player. I think players do still try to play. You can't tell me the worst team in football is trying to lose or try to play their way off a team, but there's nothing coming in the middle. I know we want to rip Bradley Wright Phillips, and we definitely should. But how many quality touches is he getting received to him inside the box? Not a lot. He's really getting not a lot of touches. I would love to see that stat. Is like, what's he getting when the ball's in? Nothing. Again, we're seeing him running outside and being the passer, which he should not be.
He's old. Deal with it. Anyway, my dislike is, I'm just going to go top-down organization dislike from take care of our coach without a real plan. I'm sorry, anybody now who still thinks Jesse Marsh was a crap coach and was all judged by a system, fuck yourself.
Well, anyone thought that is clearly a sucker.
Yeah, fuck yourself, because it is now abundantly clear how good a coach he was. Did he have flaws? Absolutely. I've said it time and time again. He never seemed to have any idea what to do in crucial games. But from a regular season standpoint, I think there are a few that were better. Because Chris Armas clearly he's just not. There's still the chance he could get there, but he's not there now. I'm a bit hesitant to believe he's there. Again, organization not getting us the players that we need to compete. Your best player left, and it's showing. And they've done nothing to replace him, and it's showing how much this team misses him. Offense has been awful, and that was not exactly Tyler Adams' forte. But there have been defensive lapses that I'm sure he, once upon a time, was the one cleaning them up. Mm-hmm. Do we think Murillo is really good because did Adams cover for him? Because would Adams have covered for at least one of those goals on Saturday? Possibly. That's another organizational misstep. And, on top of that, it's just, I think finally, this guy, I wanted to rip on, not so much him, but the new kid, Jorgensen. Everyone's trying, they touted him as some for now signing. He's clearly not a for now player. He's clearly not, ready to take this league by storm. Showed like he has plenty of room to grow, and he can. Don't get me wrong. He absolutely can grow. But he's not a for now signing. He was kind of like, it was just kind of like a little carrot dangled in front of the fan base, trying to keep them placated. For how little it seems like this organization cares about the New York franchise. And to be fair, I don't think the fan base is taking the carrot because they tarped off sections, and that attendance was pathetic. I mean, I don't recall it being that bad since the pre-Henri days in 2010 in Red Bull Arena. So I think, when people know that they're showing up to root for a farm team, why would 20, 25,000 people show up to root for a farm team? It doesn't make any sense. The suckers, two of them on this show, are the ones who were paying to show up and see a farm team play. So top down, from the front office to the coach, all the way down, that is my big dislike for this weekend.
So correlation does not equal what the fuck is the causation? But let me throw this out there. Under Jesse Marsh, Kaku played 16 games. Not all of them starts, but played 16 games in MLS and recorded 9 assists. And I'm pretty sure I just got the math wrong on this, but I think I have 16, but I think it's like 20-something games in MLS under Armours with 5 assists. And it's kind of telling because if you look at his game log, since the end of, I think it was July last year. So last regular season assist was July 28th. After that, he had 1 assist that was in the playoffs. Jesse Marsh left at July 6th. So after there was 4 assists in 5 games after Armours took over, and then 1 since then. Not saying that one definitely relates to the other, but maybe this possession style is affecting Kaku. Right?
Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, wouldn't shock me.
I mean, this is the guy who was like leading the league in assists until Marsh left.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, not good. Yeah. Maybe he's the problem with Kaku directly.
Mm-hmm.
Possible. All right. Likes. Do we have any likes to this game?
Oh, I have a like, which I was really struggling to find. I thought I was going to really have a problem with this, but tonight, the New Jersey Devils won the draft lottery and are picking number 1, baby. This is what I got. Rangers number 2, Devils number 1. Taylor Hall is a wizard. Somehow he keeps being on teams that gets getting number 1 picks. So Devils will probably draft Jack Hughes, who's going to score 58,000 goals in his first year. That's about as much as I can get excited for a losing team doing something right for once. Up next, Knicks. Don't fuck it up, baby. Let's keep this train going. Let's get that number 1 pick too. I want a little Zion action in my life.
I want a little nut basketball in my life. Let's see. Likes. The sausages we had when we tailgated were pretty good.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
The idea to re-grill and not leave the parking lot.
Yes.
That was a like.
That was a good call, for sure.
Smart decision.
Yeah, well, highly recommend everybody. Not everybody, because then if we all post-game tailgate and then all leave, it'll just cause the traffic. But for a few of you, highly recommend the post-game grilling because let the traffic clear out, and then you can just mosey on out when everybody's gone.
The trick to that is to post-game eat, not post-game drink.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't
drink and drive.
Yeah. Don't get hammered.
Unless you're not driving, then you can feel free. Food related, because might as well. Had homemade country fried steak for dinner during that game.
You're in the South.
No. Well, I guess technically Amble is the line. But yeah, nice home cooked dinner.
Yeah, Lincoln arrested your legislature to make sure you stayed a union state.
Remember, I don't live. I'm not from here. Okay.
Oh, you've got that Southern taint now, tainted with the South.
Yeah, I guess I kind of am. All right. Afterthoughts. I'm going to bring this up. Players complaining about the referee. Listen, I beat referees to death on the show. We know this for a fact. But don't just start arguing with the referee because you aren't playing well. You know why you're playing well? It's not because the referee's blowing calls. It's because you're not fucking playing well.
Yep.
Just don't do it.
It's because you stank.
You stank. Y'all stank.
Anybody else have any other thoughts?
Yeah, if I criticize the Red Bulls and you come out with me with, well, did you see NYC or FC, or, well, did you see DC United? I don't give a shit. I do not fucking care what happened at the DC game, what happened in the NYCFC game, how many fans were in their buildings. I don't fucking care. All I care is that Red Bull Arena is packed and that team is winning. That is it. I do not give a flying fuck what our rivals are doing. And if you care too much about what they're doing, you're just putting on blinders to the problems that are in Harrison. Rant over.
I got nothing. We got more shit to do. What do you want me to talk about?
How can we forget hashtag Sad Truman?
Oh, yeah. Hashtag Sad Truman.
Yeah.
Greatest gift of all time.
Yep.
I'm not sad tonight, though. That was from the draft lottery.
I'm glad I was watching it on TV to catch that. If you're not sure, go to our Twitter page. It's worth it.
Yes, definitely check out Sad Truman.
Candace shot at Truman during the game, just sadly drinking his soda.
If soccer was a more popular sport in this country, that would have been like a Sports Center highlight.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, look at this guy. Oh, he likes that soda.
That's what is it? Like the World Cup, zooming on the crying kids and stuff after the Brazilian team lost so bad against to Germany.
Crying Brazilians is just classic stuff.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on, the prediction contest, none of us got it right, so Truman's still in the lead. We have not made any points since the first week,
Nope.
second week of the year.
Yeah.
I think we all might make some points this week.
Yeah. All right. Fan prediction contest, still no change. I'm not going to read it out this time because nobody predicted anything right. So the Red Bulls are not going to Minnesota United, as I still have on the agenda. They are traveling to take on Sporting Kansas City this Sunday, April 14th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox Sports 1. Sporting Kansas City is coming into the game with a 2-1-2 record in MLS, 2-0-0 at home, 7 points, 7th in the West. However, part of that is because they are still playing in Champions League. And
not much longer.
No, but they will be playing this Thursday against Monterrey. It's at home, but they'll still be playing Thursday. So, with that in mind, Truman, what do you think is going to happen when the Red Bulls take on Sporting KC?
They lose 2-0. What's shown me so far that they're not going to turn this around? They're not going to turn it around in Kansas City. That's not happening. I don't know, until they show me some kind of fight that's not playing against the Earthquakes, then this is going to be the result. This would have been the result, I think, even if they'd won this past week. It's just a tough place to play. But if you just pile on top of it that the team is not looking great, injuries abound. I don't know. They just look completely lost. And the pitchforks will officially be unloaded, I think, after Sunday.
Yeah, I'm going with a loss as well. I'm gonna put some money on the defense because I think the Red Bulls have a habit of packing it in on the road. So I'm gonna go with only a 1-0 loss, but a loss nonetheless. Kansas City's, I think their record has suffered a little bit because they've been playing in Champions League, but they are still one of the best teams in the league, best coached teams in the league. And yeah, like Truman said, KC is a tough place to play. So I'm going to go with the loss. Pitchforks will probably be out. They probably don't need to be out just yet, but they probably will be out after this loss for sure.
So I know it's a little skewed because of one game, but their goal difference is +7 right now. Honestly, I was going to come here and say 7-1 loss just for the hell of it, but that's not going to happen. I'm going to say 3-1 because based on last week, I don't think we have the best defense in MLS anymore. Giving up 2 goals like that at home, no, we don't.
Mm-hmm.
And CCL or not, KC's like you guys just said, they're a tough place to play at. They're a tough team to play against. I just don't feel good at all. And I'm going to repeat what I said last week. This team needs to prove to me they can win. At this point, they need to prove to me they can at least draw a game. So until they do either of those, I am going to predict nothing but losses. Because that's the level of trust I have in this squad right now.
It's the trust they've earned.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. New York Red Bulls 2. We're playing at Birmingham Legion this past weekend. They were up 1-0, and the game was suspended in the first half due to weather. So that game has not been completed. And right now, the completion date is to be determined. I guess USL has to work out the scheduling and all that stuff. So their record's still 2-0-1, 7 points, but they dropped to 6 since they didn't finish their game. Next one is away to the Charlotte Independence on Saturday, April 14th at 7 p.m. Oh, sorry, April 13th at 7 p.m. Sky Blue FC officially opens their season this weekend, April 13th also, at the Washington Spirit, 7 p.m. Eastern start. We talked last week about getting Jen on the show, but I think because of having to kind of do the show early again this week, we kind of rushed in, didn't think to call her up. So, sorry, Jen, maybe we'll get in contact with you another week for some Sky Blue talk.
I mean, Sky Blue ain't going anywhere for now.
Yeah, right.
All right, so now it is time for the dumping ground.
I'm the trash man.
All right, what do you guys have to talk about?
What do you think you'd have a harder time doing? Being like a pro goalie in soccer or like being an outfielder in baseball?
You're talking about like me personally, or
yeah, what do you think you'd fuck up more? Like, say right now, they're like, all right, we need you to run out there and play center field, or right now we need you to run out and be a goalie. Like, what do you think you'd like look worse doing?
Goalie.
Yeah, goalie.
Do you think you make like an easy pop fly catch? Because I'm feeling I'd fuck that up too.
I mean, I feel like I'm gonna have to run most of the time out in the outfield. So
I'm not saying I'd be a good center fielder. I'm just saying I may be a bit more passable at that than blocking shots from a ginormous goal.
Yeah, I'd give up so many goals. I'd fuck up like a pass back. Mm-hmm. I'd slip right on the ball and fall over and roll right into the net.
And this is going somewhere, so.
Huh?
Was that going somewhere?
No, I just want to know. These are the questions I think about that I want to ask you guys.
I thought you actually were going somewhere with that.
All right, then transfer to this. All right, would you be then a worse goalkeeper or a worse batter in baseball?
Batter.
Yeah, batter. There's no way I'm hitting even like an 80-mile-an-hour curveball.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like there's a chance I could get my hand on a shot from somebody, but like swinging at a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, not a chance.
All right. So worse batter or worse quarterback in the NFL?
We're just going to keep ramping this up, aren't we?
Yeah.
Worse batter. I might be able to connect a pass.
Worst quarterback. I'm not tall enough to see over the line.
All right. Worst quarterback batter or worse tennis player at Wimbledon?
I mean, I feel like it'd be pretty bad. Well, no. I mean, if I'm qualifying for Wimbledon, I'm saying I'm a pretty decent tennis player. Right. So I think worst quarterback.
Out of the three, batter.
All right.
Again, I think I can make contact.
You notice that Truman hasn't answered a single one of these.
Yeah,
No,
it's all
well,
right.
I'm asking the question. I know. I already brought it up that I think I don't know. I think I'd probably be a worse goalkeeper, than a batter.
Yeah,
I'd be a better. What did I transfer after that?
batter versus quarterback.
I'd be a better quarterback. I could at least pitch the ball off.
There you go.
I think before getting killed, and I'd be a better quarterback than a tennis player because I ain't touching any of those serves, like not one. All right, final one. Worst tennis player or worst Aussie rules football player?
I feel like even though I'm not that great athletically, at least I can run into some people. So I guess worst tennis player.
Yeah, I'll go with worst tennis player. Why not?
All right, that's it. That's all I got.
All right. That was fun.
You got any dumping grounds?
I do not this week.
Our dumping grounds are brought to you by Truman with a series of "What are you better at?" questions.
All right, last question. 1 to 10, real quick. WrestleMania. Just matches. We're not talking about how long it was because it took fucking forever. Everything else.
8.
Yeah, I think 8.
The second half of the show dragged a little bit.
Which I feel like has been a problem the last couple of years, but
Well, that unfortunately is partly because of how long it is and the fact that they put a main event level match in the middle and it just drains all the energy out of the crowd.
yeah. No, for sure.
I think if I go back and watch it match for match without getting tired, I'm going to give it a 9 because Vince did this weird thing where he let everyone you wanted to win, right?
Yeah.
Everything good happened, pretty much even on TakeOver. It was just like, here's all the guys you like. They all win.
Well, Vince doesn't care about NXT, so.
Yeah. I'll say that I did not like the opening match, even though everybody else did. I thought Batista Triple H, as much as I love me some Triple H, went far too long.
Everybody said that. 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It was the longest match in the card, right? At the end of it?
I think it was the second longest. I forget which one was longer, but other than that, I mean, I wouldn't say there was a bad match on the card, but yeah, I think I'll stand by my 8.
See, for me, it's mostly because of the fact that the crowd was like that the Becky Charlotte Rousey match.
And
it was good, but they needed the crowd to make it more special.
What did I tell you on our special show with Dave Martinez, Jay? I told you the crowd was going to be hotter for Kofi. And they got the sweetest spot on that card. They
got the middle. They got the what would have been the 9:30 closing at 10 match.
Yeah.
And that's why Becky suffers, because they went on at 12.
And the botched ending didn't help.
Yeah, which I don't even. They don't know who even botched it. Like there's
Rhonda.
Some say Rhonda, some said
no.
Becky,
I'm going to tell you, Jay. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened because I tweeted it out. She was supposed to catch Becky, go into that Piper's Pit immediately, and then get pinned. Unfortunately, she could not stand up so quick because she was probably exhausted, and she had to use the ropes for leverage to stand up, then go into the move, then got pinned. Didn't keep both of her shoulders down. I think that's where the fuck up was. It would have been a lot better if it was very smooth. If it was smooth, grab up, yap, 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 into the move, pin over, it would have been fine.
Yeah, it was a weird transition to the roll up.
It's just again, you're talking about the show of shows, the main event ending on a roll up.
Well, it doesn't make her look weak.
Fuck her. She's going to have a baby.
Well, she apparently has a broken hand now too. So,
and she's a broken hand. Well, she's already weak. I wouldn't break my hand. That's right. Calling you out, Rhonda.
Oh God, I want to see Pat fight Rhonda so bad right now.
No holds barred, Rhonda. Let's do this. September 27, Madison Square Garden.
Getting my ticket with that ass whooping.
Hey, that's a Friday night. That's a fight night, baby.
Yep.
All right.
I'm coming for you, Rousey.
All right, here we go. Would you be a better tennis player, a better Aussie rules football player, or a better UFC fighter?
Go ahead, Pat.
Better Aussie rules or a better UFC fighter?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Jeez. I feel like just because I know the rules of UFC, I'm going to go UFC. But I don't expect to last long.
I think I'd probably last longer in the football game.
I'd probably last longer, but like I feel like, maybe I don't know, but I feel like that'd just be like me running around.
Yeah,
but,
you would just stay away from the action long enough to survive.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like I could at least throw a punch before somebody chokes me out. I'm not saying I'd land it. I'm just saying
Throw it. You can Homer Simpson throw it.
Yeah, exactly.
In other words, what he's saying is you throw the punch and then immediately get choked out because the guy will get underneath his punch.
Yeah.
All right. So if we're done with dumping ground, that only leaves us with Truman's terrible team of the week.
That's terrible.
Easy. I mean, the Red Bulls sucked, but we weren't DC United suck. And preface to say that they lost to a very good team. Probably this year's MLS Cup champion, because that's how it goes recently, right? Yep. Second year team. DC United got fucking annihilated 4-0 at home by LAFC. It was 3-0 after the first. Rooney got red carded. So, I mean, they were out of it before he even got red carded. It's not like he got carded and they gave up a bunch of goals, but they got absolutely embarrassed at home, which is fun because I think I was a little nervous early on, not thinking they would make this list because aside from this, they're playing pretty good. So I'm glad we were able to get them on the list early in this season.
Get them on there at least once.
Thank God.
6 weeks and still no repeats.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
With parity at the bottom.
Right now, they're scoreless at home against Montreal.
Damn.
Yeah.
Going into the 80th minute.
And I put money on them. Son of a bitch.
All right. So let's wrap this one up. You can visit us at patreon.com/Red Bull Rant. $1 a month is all you need to get exclusive content, such as our monthly wrap-up, any live stuff we do, or like we did last week, the WrestleMania preview show. I know it's old, but hey, it was a good listen if you're a patron. If you want to email us during the week, like Adam did, redbullrant@gmail.com. If you'd rather call us, we have the longest-running Red Bull fan voicemail, 973-348-5329. Facebook.com/Red Bull Rant, on Twitter at Red Bull Rant for the show, at Dr. Stooch for myself, at PMACD82 for Pat, at The Truman for Truman. Subscribe to our show via iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Music, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify. We're almost everywhere now. Last words before we get out of here.
Oh, man. I can't even say that 3-letter word. I can't even say it because I don't believe it.
Can you spell it?
No, I don't want to spell it because then I feel like that's saying it. So I'm just going to say
Can we come up with an acronym for it?
How about, I'll just say don't lose.
Yeah. Just don't embarrass yourself.
Yeah, that's a great way to end our regular show. For Pat Truman and myself, this has been episode number 304 of the Red Bull Rant. Thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, go Red Bulls.
Don't fuck it up.
Pull up, you're in a nosedive.